Okay, hello students, and welcome to our first lesson of the year. We're going to be working with whole numbers today, and we want you to be able to use rounding to estimate values for calculations. We don't want that one today, that's for tomorrow. Okay, so the idea is rounding. So if we have a look here, first of all, an approximate value for a calculation can be found by rounding the number to its leading digit before performing any operations, and we did that this time last year in year 8, so we'll have a look at that again soon. To round the leading digit, consider the second digit in the number. So if the second digit is 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, so that's the bottom 5, the first digit stays the same and the digits that follow are replaced by 0. But if the second digit is 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, then the first digit increases by 1 and the digits that follow are replaced by 0. Single digit numbers are not changed when rounded. So let's have a look at some examples. So the first one is estimate the result of each calculation by first rounding each number to its leading digit. So we'll give this a crack, eh? So is this going to stay 45,000 or 50,000? So remember, our rule is if it's a 5, we're going to round up and replace the rest by 0. So let's do that. So that's just going to become 50,000. Now this number here is rounded down, and this number is rounded up because it's 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. So we adjust this to be like so. Now we can go 50,000 plus 100,000. Well, that's 150,000. 150,000 plus 300,000. Well, that's 450,000. Now, if we have a look at the next one, we need to round it off. So by the leading digit. So this one, look at the second digit. We're going to round down because 2 is in the lower half of the numbers, and then here it's going to be rounded down to be 50. So it's 100,000 times 50. Well, 100,000 times 5 is 500,000, and then add the 0. So I just write 500,000 and then I add that extra 0, so it's going to be 5 million. Let's have a look over at this one. We've got 845,000, so that's going to be rounded down, so that's going to be 832. And looking at this number, we're going to divide that by 36, so that becomes 40. So 800,000 divided by 40. So we know that 800,000 divided by 4 has got to be 2. And then we can cross off a 0 as well, and then we'll just put in the rest of the zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be 20,000. And so, oh yes, I should just, instead of using an equal sign, I should be using a rounding off sign. Oops, that's 500,000. Oops, that's not very nice, is it? So that was that. So that's the first skill, is just estimating values for calculations by using rounding. Then we want to find the difference between the exact and the estimated value. So let's just have a look here. We want to first of all find the difference between the exact value and the estimated value for 89,034 times 57. So well, let's just round this off and do that first of all. So that's a 9, so that rounds up to 90,000, and that's a 7, so that rounds up to 60. Now 6 times 9 is 54, and then I'm counting the zeros. I've got 1 here and another 4 there, so I'm going to put in 5 zeros. Oh, that's a silly pen. And so it's going to be 5,400,000. And that's what the working is saying, so that's nice. Now we can just get out our calculator and give that a crack. So I've got a calculator here, and we'll just go, what is it, 89,034 multiplied by 57. Well, that's going to be pretty close. Look at that. That's we have a look at that. Oops. What I do? I'll just drag it up here. So that's 5,074,938. So we're about 300,000 off, but what we'll do is we'll just take away that 5,400,000, and I'll just do that. And that's 325,062 difference. So an estimation is a really excellent tool just to know that you're punching in the right numbers into the calculator. So if I were to go back and just say, well, I'm going 89,000 and I've accidentally pressed an extra number times 57, that's a whole lot of numbers, but I can just go, well, that and that looks like 50 million something, and you can see that accidentally punching in an extra number, I'll get a much bigger answer. It's going to be about 10 times bigger than what it should be, and that's the power of estimation, just to help you know that you're on the right track. When you've done that, we're not working with decimals today, that's tomorrow's lesson. So I'll just get you to work through these exercises in your textbook, please, Year 9.